Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Senior Living. June has begun, and obviously all of us know that summer's right around the corner, June 21st to be exact, and our temperatures are showing it. They're pretty much right on average with past June, so gotta be loving that warm weather and getting ready to do all of the summer events. I also want to remind everybody, one of my favorite days, a nationally recognized holiday, of course, is National Flip-Flop Day. Get out there and wear those flip-flops. That's pretty fun. Father's Day is coming right up also. And June is also very important month for me. It's National Adopt a Shelter Cat Month. Shelters and rescues in the area are full of little kitties since it is kitty season. So think about it. If it can fit in your family, go visit one of the shelters and adopt a kitty. Also, it's National Camping Month, which goes right along with the beginning of summer, and I've already done at least one weekend. Hope to get a few more in this summer. So get out there and enjoy our Verde Valley in northern Arizona. There's some great opportunities out there, and we are going to talk about a few of them today. We have had the opportunity over the last several years to have a relatively new member of our community that is so important. We visited their old space in Camp Verde about a year ago, and they have fairly recently moved into a new location in Camp Verde, and we want to welcome Executive Director of the Verde Valley Archaeology Center, Mr. Ken Zoll. Thank you so much for coming and joining us.
No, it's a pleasure, Pam. Thank you for asking me.
Absolutely. We got to go over and visit your location, like I say, about a year ago, and saw some of the wonderful artifacts. More impressively, the work that the Archaeology Center and the members of the, I think it's not an association, and the work that you guys are putting into preserving our history so that we can share it with our future generations has been pretty amazing. New location. It's so exciting. Tell us about it.
Well, yes, it's very exciting. We were just off of Main Street in Camp Verde. Now we're right on Main Street. Some people may remember the building as Custard Last Stand. It used to be a restaurant many years ago, and then was a visitor center for a number of years. The visitor center has now moved into the Camp Verde Historical Society, and we now have that entire 3,300 square foot building. And so not only do we have an expanded exhibit area, but we just completed building a research facility where people, if we're working in there doing research for the Park Service or Forest Service, people can come in and sit with our people and we can show you what we're doing. And we have a full classroom that we've now just completed with audio visuals and desks, etc. So we're planning on doing OLLI classes and other archaeological classes in the fall.
A full classroom, meaning that if I so chose, I could come over and learn how to help research and do all kinds of things with some of the artifacts?
Yes, we're going to be having classes in excavation. We have actually about 3 excavation projects here in the Verde Valley that we'll be starting in the fall and into next year. Tell you how to, if you want to dig, we'll show you how to dig. We also have classes on how to identify pottery, which is the main thing we're doing in the research lab.
Right.
Also field surveys. We're doing work for the Forest Service, going out into areas and surveying areas and determining whether or not there are archaeological sites there or not. So there's a whole variety of things that we'll be offering.
We talked a little bit before we went on air. You're beginning one of those excavations tomorrow, I think you said, and so that's kind of something that I think people have been impressed with over the years, is the amount of care we're taking to preserve some of these things. This one you said is in Cornville?
Right, it's in Cornville. It's actually an area that it has some archaeological sites surrounding the area we're working. APS is putting in some new telephone lines, and they're required to determine whether or not they're basically putting a pole into a ruin or something. And so we were contracted by them to actually do that excavation. So we actually have 4 degreed archaeologists that work with us, and we have a number of members have been trained in that. And when we get into the bigger excavations later next year, members can be trained to participate, and they may simply be carrying buckets of dirt that have been excavated and sifting them, looking for things. So there's a whole variety of levels of activity that you can get involved in.
Remind me and our viewers, you just mentioned there are 4 archaeologists that are working with your association, and then there are a lot of volunteers. How many people are helping you at this point?
Amazingly, we've only been around for barely 3 years, and we have
Right.
over 300 members now. And some of these are life members. They've bought in at a high level, but others join at the basic $35 level. And once you join, you're welcome to participate in absolutely everything. Joining is important because we have insurance. You know, if you're out there in the field and you stub a toe, you know, we need to have that coverage. So that's why we limit ourselves just to members.
Excellent. One of the things that intrigued me is each year, I originally met you when you were doing the initial festival, Native American Festival, as a fundraiser to get this kicked off.
Right.
And in that short a time, you have added so much to your programs. It's amazing. What I saw most recently, and what caught my interest, was your Summer Archaeology Film Fest, and I think that's pretty exciting.
Well, you're right. During the festivals that we've had, we've often had archaeological films that we show. And so we've developed quite a library of archaeology films from around the world. And so what we thought we would do, since summer is a little hot for hiking and getting out there, we thought, well, we'll do some indoor activities. So basically starting on June 14th, on a Friday evening at 7 p.m. in the Sedona Public Library, and every second week after that, we will be showing archaeology films. So the first one is actually called Stone Age Artists, the Magdalene Masters. It's about French cave painters about 18,000 years ago. And they're all the films are free, and it's every other Friday through August 23rd, and the list of them are on our website.
Right, the website's been on screen, and you can go there. It's very easy to find. The other thing that you will find on the website is, of course, information on the 5th Annual Native American Festival.
Right. This is going to be really the biggest and the best yet, because not only will we have the traditional Native American art show, we'll have 35 artists indoors in the Camp Verde Community Center, and 35 will have their tents in the grassed area around the gazebo. We'll have entertainment in the gazebo. We've got the White Mountain Apache crown dancers coming. We have Aaron White and some of his people. We have a hoop dancer coming for that, and all that's free. It's free admission. It's free to see all the entertainment. And then the big deal is Saturday evening on the 28th of September at the Camp Verde Auditorium. We are working with Canyon Records, and they're bringing down 6 of their award-winning artists to perform. One of whom, Tony Duncan, was just named the Native American Music Award Association's Entertainer of the Year. And he'll be doing his hoop dance, and he'll also be dancing with his wife, Violet, in hoop dancing, and with his band called Estuban. And also, we're very excited to bring in the Grammy-nominated Red Millicody, a Navajo from the Flagstaff area. And her album also received Album of the Year award just a month ago. And so we'll have quite an interesting evening of music and dance, and that's Saturday, September 28th. So that kind of like pulls the whole thing together. And we are doing Native American films on the Friday before.
Right.
So we have 3 films by Native Americans, actually 2 films by Native Americans. The third film was actually a film that the center has received a grant with the Hopi to preserve this film of Hopi dances that was recorded in 1958.
Wow.
And came our way, and we recognized the importance of it, talked to the Hopi about it, and they agreed it should be preserved. So we actually got a grant from the National Film Preservation Foundation to restore the film, preserve the film, and it requires us to do public showing. So that'll be the first time anyone will ever see these films since 1958.
That is so exciting. One thing I wanted to clarify really quickly is that the Camp Verde Auditorium, the multipurpose building,
yes.
Okay, at the school area.
Yeah, yes,
okay.
Right behind the grade school.
All right. All very exciting, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot more about that in the months to come. Again, the film festival that's running, it begins June 14th. That's the first film, and then, as you mentioned, runs every 2 weeks through August 23rd. What else exciting? We're about to run out of time, but what else do you want to make sure that our viewers know about?
Well, our activities don't stop with that. On October 19th, it's International Archaeology Day, and we are planning a number of lectures and demonstrations at the center. And we're, again, planning a very large Canyon Record partnered concert at the auditorium again. and it's primarily going to be dance and drumming. So it's going to be first time these groups have ever been to anywhere in the Verde Valley, Sedona, anywhere. So we're bringing a lot of pretty cool talent into the area.
Well, Ken Zoll, I say thank you not only for being here and being a guest on Senior Living, but for helping being part of bringing all of this to the Verde Valley. I think it's really important on a lot of different levels. We will be sure and keep up. We'll be sure and let you know what's coming up that the Verde Valley Archaeology Center is doing, bringing into the valley, how you can experience some of this. And we will have you guys back at sometime here in the very near future. Keep up with what's going on. And we will be back with you after these messages. Thanks.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Are we in trouble?
No, you're not in trouble. I just want to set some ground rules.
Like what?
Well, remember last week when you hit Vinny in the head with the shovel?
I do not recall that.
Of course not. Well, it was pretty graphic. Too graphic for the kids. So I'm gonna have to block you.
You know, I gotta make this up to you. This is Vinny's watch, and I want you to have it. You deserve
No,
it.
thank you. That's really not necessary.
No, come here.
Welcome back. We were just visiting with Ken Zoll, the executive director of the Verde Valley Archaeology Center, and I'm not sure if many of you caught it, but he did mention the fact that the Archaeology Center is being used for some OLLI classes. So, after having said that, let's talk a little bit about OLLI. We have had a couple of different representatives, facilitators with the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute at Yavapai College, and we are again very happy to welcome Gail Grove, who is one of the facilitators for the OLLI program. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I know that it is the summer session.
Yes.
We love visiting with you because definitely OLLI presents a lot of different opportunities for senior adults of any age, but for people that want to just get out there and experience some different things, and that creates great opportunities. This is your second time on the show, I believe.
Yes.
We talked to, for the spring session, I believe it was, we had Ann Crosman. She was one of the facilitators for an Aging Gracefully class. I always need help with that. And you are getting ready for your summer session, or has it started already?
No, it doesn't start until June 17th.
Okay, good.
Registration is currently happening, and it goes through August 15th.
Okay, good. Registration is so cheap. A basic summer membership is $20, right?
Summer membership is only $10 for the basic membership.
Wow.
Then if you want to take a class, then you add $10 onto that. If you want to take a workshop, you add $5 on. So it's like $15 for membership and a workshop, or $20 for membership and a class. But the reason there's a base fee is because there are lots of things free to members, but you have to be a member.
That, I think, is something that we haven't completely explored in the past. So
Right.
what, if you become a member, what comes with your membership?
Well, this semester, a lot of free things are being offered.
Awesome.
There is a day-long wellness affair. It's not where you get your blood pressure taken or anything like that. It's a day-long, open to the public, free series of lectures by healthcare providers about how to stay well.
That's worth the $10 right there.
Right. And other things are picnic in the park, certain evenings at Dead Horse State Ranch, free to members. You have to pay to get in, but you know. And Remember the Good Old Days, which is a session that's free to members. Now, you have to be a member for those things.
Okay.
The things that are open to the public and that are free is the Wellness Affair, the special event, which is the Arizona Humanities Council along the California Trail, and that is from 2 to 4, July 31st, and that's a lecture about our history.
How fun.
And opening up the roads, you know.
Right.
Once again, there are several workshops on Medicare.
Oh,
Yes, understanding Medicare.
huge hot topic, especially right now.
Right. And there are 2 tours that are being led, and these are also open to non-members, but there is a fee. There's the annual Hopi Festival of Arts and Culture, July 6th,
Okay.
and that's $35 for members, $45 for non-members. There is a limit of 13 participants, so if you want to do that, you have to sign up right away.
Can they sign up on the website?
No website this time. It's calling into the offices because it's the summer.
Got it.
And it's better to do directly with your Clarkdale or your Sedona campus.
Got it.
So you have those phone numbers that you're showing.
Yes.
And the second tour is the annual Navajo Festival of Arts and Culture. And there is a difference between Hopi and Navajo.
Absolutely.
And again, $35 for members, $45 for non-members, a limit of 13 participants. So, and they're led
So
tours.
call now.
Yeah, call.
We'll be like a commercial. Call now, call now. Call Yavapai College and make arrangements to just get a membership for Ollie, I think, is the first step, because any of these tours, you might as well have done it right off the bat.
And
so
there's another perk to becoming a member. You can sign up with your email and get these quarterly newsletters.
I've seen them, yeah.
And there are links right in this newsletter so that you're right online and you can get all the forms, you can get all the information, you can even download a facilitator proposal if you want to become a facilitator, and they are still accepting proposals for the fall semester.
Okay.
They've extended the deadline.
Okay.
It was to have closed the end of May, but they've extended it.
I've talked to several people and they say, oh, they should have a class. I always tell them, do a proposal. Go online, find out how to do it, make a proposal, because some of the most interesting classes have been developed through students of Ollie, and then come up with some other ideas. So I think it's an awesome opportunity both to learn something from someone else and to share something that you know about with the rest of the students.
Right, and you know, we're all volunteers.
Right.
There's a small paid staff in the offices, but all the facilitators are volunteers. And they're asking now for volunteers to help with some of the other things that have usually been staff, but the staff is overwhelmed because we have so many offerings now. And the fall catalog, for instance, is going to be huge, so we need volunteers to help put it together, to do graphics, to do imaging, to
What
do
a great opportunity.
writing,
Yeah.
whatever. And the Sedona office is coordinating that, so call that office. But some of the samplings that are being offered for the summer are geology of the Verde Valley, eating gluten-free the right way, moonlight hikes, book discussion group, elder wisdom circle, planning your estate, selling to the world like on eBay and so on, acting in an ensemble.
Oh, I love it.
Those are just some of the things. And this is the schedule. Can you believe how many? 50 offerings for the summer.
That is amazing. Those topics are so important, and I know the geology and just having the archaeology center on, there's an awful lot of variety in what's being offered. Those are just the summer offerings. Much more when fall begins.
Yeah, over 100 usually.
Oh, that's a great opportunity. Are you leading classes this summer?
No, I am not.
Are you taking any?
I am doing the book discussion group. It continues through the summer, and it continues all the time. It's just an ongoing cycle, and I love that because we have 2 meetings a month at the Girona Cafe in Cottonwood, and you're responsible for your own lunch, buying your own lunch. But then we go into their back room, their meeting room, and we have a quiet place to discuss the book that's been assigned for the month. And the second meeting is general discussion about what have you been reading, what else have you been reading, and how does it tie in with some of the topics we've explored. And I love that because it keeps me thinking, and it helps me to be out of my comfort zone, because if it were up to me, I'd be doing historical novels the whole time, you know.
That's great. That's exactly what the program is designed for. And again, we could go into listing obviously an awful lot of classes, a lot of programs that you could be involved in, but the right answer is go online, visit the campus, pick up the class schedule, or you can call and request one. Class schedules they're complete online. I pulled off a PDF of it. They're fully on there, and make the effort to participate in something like that. Gail, we could have, we do want to invite you back, the program. We enjoy sharing with our viewers the opportunities that exist through OLLI. I think that it's going to be constantly evolving and constantly changing, and it's not ever going to be static or get boring. So we appreciate the time that you guys take to come in and let our viewers know what's going on, and we hope to see you back here real soon.
By the way,
yes, ma'am.
You can get these at your library, at your rec center, at Mount Hope, at New Frontiers, various places around town, so you don't have to take the trek to the campuses if you are closer to something else.
Perfect. No excuses. You can get a copy of the class schedule, and you can get started as soon as you choose to. Again, Gail, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. Good luck this summer. Enjoy, do some good reading, and we will see you again next time.
Thank you very much, Pam.
Thank you, and we'll see you right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Ben Bueller, owner and funeral director at Bueller Funeral Homes. My grandfather once told me, you can serve a family selfishly once, or treat them right and serve that family for generations.
Bueller Funeral Home has been serving Arizona families for 3 generations with affordable and reasonable services. Bueller Funeral Home feels a funeral should be as unique and personal as the individual it honors, whatever your choices, your traditions, or your budget.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
Welcome back. We are right around the corner for something that is very fun, and I am not a graduate of Mingus High School, but I have been in the area for an awful long time, and I feel like I should know a lot of the people that have graduated from Mingus, and I do know quite a few of them, but these ladies have been the spark to put together Mingus on the Hill, the reunion for the classes of 1959 to 1975?
Yes.
Wow. So I want to introduce to you, this is Becky Coolis.
Yes.
And this this is Cleela Francaro, and they are longtime Verde Valley residents, both of them, as are many of you watching this program out there. So how many years have you been involved with making sure that a reunion happens?
This is our 3rd reunion that we've put together.
Excellent. And so have they been, we'll let you catch that real quick.
Just turn it off.
Have they been well attended? That's an awful large range from 1959 to 1975. Well attended for the whole time?
Yes. We have 2,410 people on the list. That's 17 classes that we have tried to find to come to our reunion.
Wow.
We have...
See, that number even surprises me. I know that now they're pretty huge classes, but that's a lot of graduates.
If you attended just 1 year, if you was just a freshman, you are invited to our class reunion.
Got it.
Our multi-year class reunion.
That's fun.
So.
But every 5th year is when we've been doing the reunion.
Yes.
Okay,
every 5 years.
So you didn't do one last year. I didn't just ignore it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Our last one was in 2008.
Okay. All right. So the first one was in 2003, and in 2008 you had, according to the article, it said you had 425 people.
Yes.
What are you expecting this year? Do you have any idea?
350 to 400 again.
Excellent. Excellent.
It's going to be fun.
I know that I had seen this, and then I also got a call from Mary Beecham, who she, along with another Verde Valley resident, have written a book that includes their stories. But our Mingus graduates, people that attended, we've got some talented characters out there. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And it's okay to be characters, but we've got some really fun things, some fun people that have come out of the area. Thankfully, most of them have stayed in the area, and we get to enjoy them on a daily basis. But they're going to be doing a book signing. There's a lot of different activities. That's just a minor piece of it, although kind of fun. But tell me from start to finish what's going to be going on.
Okay, well, not that I don't already know, but a lot of people like to go and cruise around the school, and the school, the owners of the buildings are actually opening up the doors, and so we're on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're asking anybody who wants to come bring your own lunch. We're going to have tables, chairs set up. We're going to have the book signing up there, and also just bring a picnic, and we're going to have some water, and those who can't come that night can at least come and enjoy some of the...
And this is at the old high school
in Jerome.
Got it. That Saturday, June 15th, 11 a.m.
Yes.
is when that begins.
11 a.m. But this is basically, we're doing a one-day event.
Okay.
It's a lot of work, so this way we can get everything accomplished in one day. That evening, 5 o'clock, we're having social hour and wanting people to check in. We've got pre-registered people. We got some that can pay at the door. There's a fee for that. Then we're going to have dinner. The social hour is going to be between 5 and 6. Dinner is going to be between 6 and 7, and we're going to have some prizes and stuff. So we're going to try and incrementally, hand out some prizes. We've got people that have been married to classmates for way too many years. But anyway, but then we're also having some class pictures, which are included in the little packet that everybody's paid for.
Okay.
We've got a photographer, and we don't need, we'll put the classes together, and then everybody will have a photo for that.
That's going to be a blast.
It will be a blast. It's actually kind of fun. Then we are having music, 7 to 8. I'm sorry. The class pictures are going to be between 7 and 8 that afternoon. And you can bring your own cameras, of course, and get pictures with your friends. The photographer's going to do some candid shots, and couples if they want to do that, etc. And then, of course, we've got dancing from 8 to 11 for those who stay. And the music's going to be put on by Aces and Eights, which is a local band.
Lori and Martin were on the show actually quite some time ago as one of the first musicians that we had on the show. So
nice.
One of my favorites. So
one
it's
of my
worth
favorites.
it just for that.
And then, like I said, we're hoping to have a lot more of the locals sign up as they decide maybe we should go, because
there's a lot of people that come in from out of town that haven't been back to the Verde Valley in 20, 30, 40 years.
Right.
And they want to see these people that have stayed here. And what better way to do it is at the reunion. You can't go to Walmart and find them. You know, you have to have a group event.
I could go months without seeing some of my closest friends sometimes, even though it's a small
Yes.
community, but
Yes.
it happens. So
It does.
We
And
have
we one that's doing a family reunion.
Yes. In fact, one of the girls that wrote this book, she's doing a family reunion because all of her siblings graduated Mingus Union High School also. And so they're doing a class reunion and a family reunion all at the same time.
you still have 2 weeks if you haven't planned it. There's still time to plan a family reunion, get the rest of your brothers, sisters, cousins, siblings back out here and catch up with everyone.
It would be fun.
We're all pretty great people in the Verde Valley, I have to admit, and I'm going to say we, even though I'm a transplant, but I think I think everybody would have a lot of fun. And have you? Oh, you think that there might be again somewhere around 400 people that
Yes.
attend this reunion? Of the 20, how many hundred? 2,000?
2,410 exactly.
2410.
24. Okay. Have you been in contact with more than 400 of them? Can you?
Oh,
say-
yes,
Okay,
yes.
so
Out of that 2,410, I have 1,025 people that are on my missing list that I don't have actual mailing addresses for, although I have a lot of them through just their email addresses or Facebook, classmates.com. I contact them through that way also. So I would say out of that 1,025, I probably have only about 800 of them are on my actual missing list out of that 2,400 people.
It's amazing.
that's awesome.
She is amazing.
I was going to say,
She
I know
is-
that there is a committee, but it seems like an awful small committee that I'm aware of. And
Yes.
I think you two and
Debbie Pearson.
Pearson and
Ren,
Okay.
Renwood Nelson, Cindy Cunningham, Norma Pelletier Youngblood,
okay.
and then
And Margie
spouses, a
Beach.
couple, Margie Beach and a couple spouses.
Okay.
Yes.
So you put a lot of effort into this. So if for no other reason than to help support all the work that these ladies go to, these folks go to, since there are some spouses that are involved, show up, be there. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And I think that even if you didn't attend Mingus High School, Mingus Union High School, even if you didn't attend, you probably know somebody that did. So go hang out with them and with everybody else. I think it would be a lot of fun. Again, it is June 15th. Begins at 11 a.m. at the old Jerome High School that was Mingus Union High School, and with a picnic, and that is free and open
Yes,
to
it is.
everyone.
Yes,
Bring their
11
lunch and
11 to 1.
hang out. And then back at the Verde Valley Fairgrounds at 5 p.m. for happy hour, pictures, dinner. And dancing.
And more
dancing.
reminiscing.
And more, yeah, exactly. And if you haven't planned your family reunion, like I said, go ahead and do that. What else, ladies? Anything else that everybody should know about? They can contact you. The numbers have been on the screen. If for any reason you've missed the numbers, it is on the events calendar at myradioplace.com. Be sure and check it out. And I know that's how I got a hold of them, so you can too, and let them know you're going to be there. Thank you for being
No,
here.
thank you, Pam.
Do you have anything else to add? Okay.
Nope. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Hopefully everybody will catch up with each other on June 15th. Thanks
Great.
for being here.
Thanks.
And we will be back right after these messages.
Hi, I'm Captain Larry Dawson with the Cottonwood Fire Department, here to talk to you about cooking safety in your home. The number one cause of house fires today is lack of safety in the kitchen. Always set a timer while you're cooking. If a fire starts in your oven, close the door and turn the oven off. When kids are present while cooking, always use the back burners and keep handles turned in and out of reach of children. Never leave an open flame unattended, and always have a working fire extinguisher nearby.
Welcome back. We have been talking about a lot of things going on, as we do on each of our shows. This one is something that's very exciting. It's a little bit out of the area, but it's certainly a short hop down I-17 to check out the Juneteenth Festival. So we wanted to talk a little bit about the festival itself, and to do that, we've invited Mr. Milt Cannon.
It's my pleasure.
And he is the director, founder, and volunteer for the Prescott Jazz Society.
Volunteer program director.
There you go. Yeah. And how I know that the society's been around for a while. There's a lot of events that you do each year.
Oh, Pam, we're celebrating our 20th anniversary this year.
That is so awesome. You, sir, perform as well as manage this society?
I'm a saxophonist, and I try to play as much as possible.
Ah, that's great. So have you been in Arizona for a while? Have you played in this area for
20 years.
All the whole time, huh?
Yeah.
That's very exciting.
Just like Santa Claus, came in and went right to work.
Aha. But that's what we need. We need to have that kind of stuff. So the Prescott Jazz Society, how large is it? Are there a lot of members?
We average anywhere from 140, 150 members annually, but we've had 1,000 members that have signed up. Mm-hmm. But those that remain active or remain close, mm-hmm. Some have left the area, some have left Earth.
Right.
You know, so, but we're happy to have the members that we have, no matter how active they are.
Exactly, exactly. Well, there's a true appreciation, I think, you see it with the different jazz and blues festivals throughout the entire area. But Arcosanti, actually, the Juneteenth Festival, sure, it has kind of a really fun, different kind of feel to me. Is it true?
It's a celebration.
There you go.
It's really, we do 2 festivals a year. Mm-hmm. One in April, and we celebrate jazz appreciation. And in June, we celebrate the Emancipation Proclamation.
Very nice. That works. Emancipation, appreciation, integration, equality, integrity, truth, peace, and love.
All a part of the Jazz Society.
Got it. That's quite the credo to live by. I like that a lot. The festival itself, the Juneteenth Festival, as I mentioned, is at Arcosanti. It is June 15th and 16th.
Correct.
And it begins at what time on Saturday?
Starts from 11 till 11.
11
on
till
Saturday
11 on
the
Saturday.
15th.
Mm-hmm.
And 11 till 7 on Sunday the 16th.
And I know that I glanced at some of the performers that you have managed to...
Excellent.
Yeah. We've got... the opening is the praise dance and ministers Charles and Rosie Johnson, and Adam Brothers Band with Brian Messenger, Ron Hart. You're going to have to take over from there. I didn't print them all out, but there's a list of at least 8 or 10 performers.
Oh, we have more than that.
Okay.
We're talking headliners, though, with Ron Hart and Gary Fitzgerald and Billy Mitchell and Harold Land, Ron Miller, Richie Cole is our featured performer.
Okay.
All recording artists, all major clinicians. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to a great festival with great players and a lot of fun.
That sounds about right. Will there be other events than the music? Will there be food vendors? Will people be able to?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, we'll have food and retail vendors.
Okay.
There's activities for children. There's adult activity. We do a limbo contest. We have a dance late in the evening after the stage is closed down, which is a freedom party. Mm-hmm. It's a freedom jazz dance. Mm-hmm. But we bring in a dance band for that.
Right.
Occasion, and that's a real fun trip.
Is the whole Arcosanti venue, is it all outdoors?
In and out.
Okay.
Of course, the amphitheater is shaded amphitheater, and then there's a vault area where we do the dance, which is sheltered but open-ended.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And if you've been to Arco Santi, you know that there's just a load of architectural features that you don't normally see anywhere else.
I think that's what made this so appealing to me is I have seen it, I've not spent any time there, but it's got such an attraction because of the fun architecture and the location. Of course, the climate, you can't get much better than that. But it's just a great venue to have to stage something like this.
Ideal, I think, and for a festival.
Right.
It's ideal, but I enjoy being there anytime that I'm there because it's such a serene place. It has a lot of spiritual value for me.
Right.
At Arco Santi, but the festival itself just kind of lends itself to the environment. Jazz is never going to attract the masses, it never has. So it's a nice crowd of people that come together for the enjoyment of each other and jazz.
I think that...
Great jazz, I should add.
Probably a good adjective to use. I think that one of the things that jazz music to me inspires a lot of different emotions, and I think that it can be everything from elation and celebration and to contemplation and just becoming relaxed with your thoughts, that kind of thing. There's a good range of stories that jazz music tells you without words. It's a beautiful...
Because of the freedom involved in jazz and the impromptu-ness, the improvisation that goes into it, it can be how can I say it, a kind of cooperative offering from all of those perspectives, whether you're feeling blue or you're feeling happy or you're feeling good, you feel like dancing, whatever. Yeah. Jazz offers that.
Right, right. Well, I will say this. Milt mentioned that it may not attract the masses, but having been around it a little bit, I know that there are some huge jazz fans, jazz aficionados, the appreciation of the music, of the style. It's out there. You guys can certainly attest to that. And I think that it's a great opportunity. June 15th and 16th, Arco Santi begins at 11 a.m. on Saturday till 11 p.m. Saturday, 11 a.m. again to 7 p.m., I believe.
Correct.
All right. Milt Cannon, thank you for coming over from Prescott to talk to us,
pleasure.
to share with our viewers.
My pleasure. And I should add, I don't want to give a misconception.
Yes, sir.
Because there are large festivals that do attract mass, as the New Orleans, the Heritage Festival, but there are more exceptions. And that's really not what we reach for.
So we are creating exactly what we want here.
I think it's the ideal place.
Absolutely.
Ideal festival.
Absolutely. You will too. Arco Santi, June 15th and 16th. Thank you again for joining us.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, Pam. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Check this out and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ben Bueller, owner and funeral director at Bueller Funeral Homes. My grandfather once told me, you can serve a family selfishly once, or treat them right and serve that family for generations.
Bueller Funeral Home has been serving Arizona families for 3 generations with affordable and reasonable services. Bueller Funeral Home feels a funeral should be as unique and personal as the individual it honors, whatever your choices, your traditions, or your budget.
Having a fire escape plan is very important to keep your family safe and together in the event of a fire. When you awake to the sound of a smoke detector and smoke in your room, don't stand straight up. Carefully roll off your bed and stay low under the smoke. If your door is shut, feel the door with the back of your hand. Slowly open the door if no heat is felt. Always stay low until you get to the outside of your home. Always have 2 ways out of your house and a specified meeting place somewhere outside your home. Home escape plans should be drawn up and rehearsed on a regular basis. This could be the difference between life and death if caught in a fire.
Welcome back, everyone, to this episode of Senior Living. We are in a location that's very new and very exciting. Back in 1999, an entrepreneur by the name of Richard Proudfit visited Honduras after Hurricane Fifi and was so touched by the starving children, the devastation that was there. He came back and worked with some major companies like Pillsbury, General Mills, and among others, and developed a special nutritional food to feed some of these starving children and help with the problem. The food, as it evolved, consisted of rice, soy meal, vegetable, and vitamin products, and has become one of the staples of this nation's diet. In 2011, this concept was brought to Cottonwood, and Kids Against Hunger was one of the organizations that was formed to feed these starving children. Kim brought it here to Cottonwood and created the only Kids Against Hunger chapter here in Arizona. There are hundreds across the country. And we have the good fortune to visit with Karen Freeman, who along with Kim visited Haiti back after the earthquake and saw very much the same thing. That's what inspired them to be here. Karen, you've been with us before. Thank you for coming back. Sure. This is a very exciting venture for Kids Against Hunger. Yeah. And there's a lot going on. Mm-hmm. You visited Haiti in 2000.
Right after the earthquake in 2010 with Kim, and I was just devastated. I had never seen such starvation, and one of the things that got me is that moms who don't have any food to feed their children are scraping dirt up off the ground and making dirt cookies, and that's what they're even called, and feeding their children dirt. And so we came back and said, what can we do? And Kim had been handed a DVD when she was there right after the earthquake about Kids Against Hunger, the national organization. And so, long story short, we became a satellite, and 2 years later, here we are.
Well, the cookies are obviously the only value of them was to fill their little tummies. That's it. And could possibly even be more detrimental than helpful. So,
right, but if you have 5 or 6 children crying from hunger and you're a mom, that's what you do, and we just can't have that.
Well, the very simply, the packaged food, this is the result of a lot of work, but it's only the beginning, getting it over to Haiti, and and we have the packing. As we've walked along here, this is how it gets packed right here in Cottonwood. Many places throughout the state, since our location is the only organization in Arizona. Right. And a lot of organizations have helped support you.
They sure have.
I know there's some of the churches, Rotary International here in Arizona, and all over the country is working. I know Arizona is looking to package 1 million meals in 2013.
Rotary is, yeah.
Just Rotary. So you're going to be busy.
We hope to be as busy as we can get people to come pack food, you bet.
Okay, so Manzanita Outreach is the parent nonprofit for Kids Against Hunger. And just give us a few facts. What we want to do is give people a reason to come help with these packing events.
Well, it's fun, and it's really a life-changing experience. And for me, you know, you see those pictures of the starving kids and please send money, and this is a way that people can actually hands-on come from age 8 to age 98, come and actually hands-on in an assembly line fashion, come and package food. And then presently we ship 85% of our food to Haiti, and we keep 15% back here for local food banks. But what we'd like to do is kind of change that percentage a little bit. I'd like to start supplying seniors, the reservations, veterans, and there's a lot of hungry families in the Verde Valley. So this is a way that people can actually come and make a change and do something for somebody else bigger than themselves. So I think it's a great opportunity.
One packet of food.
One package of food for about $1. It costs about $1.50, about 25 cents a meal. There's 6 meals in this bag, feeds 6. It kind of swells up, you know, after you all cook it together. You just have to boil it for 20 minutes with water. And
it's 100% nutritionally balanced.
Yes, it is.
Those in that situation. There are some differences in what the nutritional needs of a child that is to the point of starvation, and this meets all of that.
Right. Yes, it does.
Since you have become, this organization now has been around for a couple of years. Lots and lots of progress, lots and lots of support. You're now, there are volunteer opportunities, there are fundraising opportunities. I'm seeing T-shirts. And tell us about the cute little dresses that are hanging on the line.
Well, not everybody can come and pack, but there are ladies and even men that may like to sew. And so a lot of the orphans that we supply our food to, and we do go over there, we're involved with organizations over there that are feeding these kids and schooling these kids, and a lot of orphans. So they're able to make pillowcase dresses out of pillowcases, and even shorts. And we have people that donate material, and so we're looking for people to come actually that would like to take those and sew those, and then we either ship them over with our food or take them with us and hand them out when we go. So that's one way to do it.
I got the information on the link to the YouTube video that tells you how to make the pillowcase dresses. So we're going to be checking that out. Karen, again, we don't have a whole lot of time. I want to talk just for a minute. There is a packing event coming up at Verde Baptist Church. June 8th, two different opportunities. One is 8 to 9:30, 10 to 11:30, and you would welcome anybody that wants to come.
Anybody that would. I mean, we, you know, we ask for a $25 donation for an individual, or $35 for a couple or a whole family. We have to buy the food bulk and have it shipped here from our sources. We have to pay for bags and boxes, and then we have to ship it to Haiti. So, you know, that's why we ask, but we would never prevent anybody from packing. If you can't afford it, please come and pack, and, you know, tell other people about it. We have other ways of we're always looking for volunteers. We're trying to build a volunteer base. So the event is not going to be here in this building. It's going to be at Verde Baptist on June 8th. So even if you'd like to just come and see what we're all about and not even pack, but that would be great. So we'd love to have anybody.
I've already signed up.
Very good. Very good.
And with that, again, we just want to encourage people to come, call, visit the website, come by, visit a packing event, get involved, because not only does this help starving children in Haiti, but throughout the Verde Valley, this will benefit all of us. Final words, Karen?
I just think it's a great opportunity for anyone to do something larger than themselves and give to people in need. And we have a lot of need. We have people that are hungry here in the Verde Valley. So come see what we're all about. Check out our website. Give us a call. We have a lot of volunteer opportunities and needs going forward. So
great opportunity. www.kahverdevalley.com, and you can get all the information that you need, and we will see you back in the studios.
Hi, I'm Ben Bueller, owner and funeral director at Bueller Funeral Homes. My grandfather once told me, you can serve a family selfishly once, or treat them right and serve that family for generations.
Bueller Funeral Home has been serving Arizona families for 3 generations with affordable and reasonable services. Bueller Funeral Home feels a funeral should be as unique and personal as the individual it honors, whatever your choices, your traditions, or your budget.
And you're my brother, you are older than me. Do you still feel the pain of all the scars that won't heal your eyes? They've died, oh, they seem more than mine. You're the star, face of the sky.
Steve Estes, everybody. Yay. That was awesome, Steve. Thank you so much. You guys, well, I'm gonna back up a bit. How'd you get started in music?
Well, you know, as a drummer.
Okay.
Back when I was a little boy.
Every little boy's a drummer on the posse. No, okay.
Well, no, and really my claim to fame as a growing up young man from the very start was to make a lot of noise. And
right on.
Yeah, been making noise ever since. But I started as a drummer in high school and such, and then you know, the Beatles came out, and all that stuff happened, and I was very formative age, and you know, middle school age at that time, and begged for a set of drums, and finally got them, and took my parents the challenge that you know this was not a career for you, and told them that indeed it's going to be. It's going to be a big part of my life, and it's taken off from there. And I played professionally, percussions, and lots of bands, jazz, rock and roll, country, through right into my 30s. And in the meantime, in the background, I was getting on guitar and really wanting to do a lot of singing. And so then I started at this thing. And just another part of the history is that I was very much taken by the 12-string guitar that was so big in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
The Byrds and so many of the other folk rock musicians, and it was just such a big, fat, beautiful, ringing sound. And, you know, I played a 12-string guitar almost exclusively until just about 4 or 5 years ago when I got this particular guitar as a 6-string. And now I almost play this almost exclusively now because it's just such a wonderful guitar. So anyway, that's the very short version of the long story. In the meantime, I've had bands, been in bands, you know, bluegrass, everything from bluegrass to reggae to rock and roll and country.
Well, certainly the appreciation that you've developed over the years by playing all those kinds of music, it makes you what you are now. So that's pretty cool. You do some solo stuff, right?
Right, I do. I have been over the past many years had focused almost solely on solo work, and then I really got the hankering again to have a band, and so back about 3 years ago. Did so, and came together with some really good friends, people I've known for a long, long, long time, and we just came to an agreement that we'd give it a shot and get it started. And one of them was a fellow named Jim Dufresne. He's a very well-known guitarist around, and he's an outstanding, not just guitarist, but musician.
Right.
And you know, he now owns and runs a place called the McGuireville Tavern.
He does.
And you know, so we knew that when that opened up, then he would be needing to leave the band. And so, but that was he, as a friend, helped me get it started.
Very good. It wasn't just the Switchbacks when you started, was it?
No, it wasn't. Actually, the first time we actually had a booking, the club called me up and said, well, by the way, what is the name of your band? And I said, and I looked out I was on my cell phone, and I was in the back deck in Cornville, and I, besides being able to see all of Oak Creek in front of me, I could also see the lights coming down the Cornville Switchbacks. And I thought, well, the Cornville Switchbacks. And so,
I lived in Cornville for a little while, and when you guys first started, I'm like, the Cornville Switchbacks, really? What? So it's been kind of fun to follow as you guys have now 3 years. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
It's been pretty phenomenal, and as I'm looking at your bookings over the next few months, you're pretty well booked.
We've been very busy. As a matter of fact, I've kind of slowed the booking down because I want to have an opportunity for us to, you know, sit back and kind of think about where we want to take it from here. It's been sort of a wild ride in terms of just always busy, and you know, we do rehearse, but I'd like to have some conversations about exactly where we want to take it now.
It's probably a good idea. Well, I know that I've been following you on Facebook. I know that you guys have had some great gigs over in the Strawberry area. There's a place called the Flying Grizzly. Very fun place when you have an opportunity to get out of town. Looks like you're going back there late summer, August-ish?
Yeah, August 17th and 18th. So the really nice thing about that is that it's up in a beautiful part of the world. You can cool off. And we get out of town and get to play in front of other people. And we're actually doing that this weekend as well. We're in Prescott Valley this weekend.
I was seeing that.
And anyway, we really enjoyed that Flying Grizzly job, and they're having us back. And the nice thing is give us a little hotel room because they own a hotel right next to it. And so, you know, we get to relax and get out of town. And it's only an hour away from Camp Verde, so it really would be a good thing for some of our following to,
That's
you
what
know,
I was
pick up a cabin and, you know, have a nice little weekend. We play both, you know, Saturday night, you know, and then Sunday afternoon. So then they can, you know, enjoy us a couple times, and we can just all have a good time playing music and enjoying each other's company.
Some local places, the Old Corral, that's in Cornville. That's
one of our
one.
anchor gigs. You know, I've been playing at that place. You know, I've been around since the late '80s, and I've seen 3 ownerships in that place. But it's you know, it's one of those I love this bar kind of places. We know all the people. You know, and what I call that Saturday night is the Cornville Community Dance. You know, all the folks come out, you get to see your friends and get to have a good time. You're with the bands that you love, and they've really got great bands that go in there, and we're very honored to be in that mix.
Before we have you sing another song, again, Steve Estes, soloist, can you just give him a call? His information is on the website that we've been showing, or to book the Switchbacks, to get the schedule where they're going to be. You'll want to check it all out. I feel very badly. Want to really quickly mention the other members of the Switchbacks, if you don't mind?
Yes, indeed, and then I'd like to quickly talk about the solo.
Absolutely.
On drums, David Tenney, another friend. Actually, David and Jim Dufresne have been friends for a long, long time, and I've been friends with both of them almost as long. And David has remodeled major sections of my home. He's a real craftsman when it comes to those kinds of things, and everything from stonework to woodwork, but he's an outstanding drummer. And I'm really fortunate to have him involved, because if I didn't keep him busy, other people will.
There you go.
On the bass is a younger fellow, by our standards, named Don Gaizan. And he is out of the Sedona area, and he's played in some of the best bands around up here as well. One of them was called Radio Dogma. It was a very popular band up there. And I'm very fortunate to have him as well. And then last but by far not least is a guy named Lyle Pratt. He is I'd say probably one of the most accomplished, tasteful guitarists or instrumentalists that I have ever worked with, and that takes nothing away from many of the other great people I've played with. But this fellow, he's one of the some around here, and there are some. The Bill Bassett's, the Jim Dufresne's, formerly the late Danny Rhodes. He's in that category of folks who have been there and could have been there if they wanted, could have stayed if they wanted, but they've chosen to live in the Verde Valley, to have the kind of lifestyle and raise the kind of families and to live the kind of life they want to, but still be able to do what they do very best. And Lyle Pratt is by far as good as anybody you'll hear anywhere in Nashville, anywhere in LA or New York. He is just an outstanding lead guitar player. And what I love about these guys, and they all love to sing, they're all good singers, and so we like to really throw our voices together in harmony. We push that real hard in terms of, you know, letting people know we like to make those sounds.
And we're very fortunate to be able to experience that, as well as Steve Estes on his own. Tell us a little bit more.
Well, very briefly, you know, there is a place here that I have been working at for the last 3 years on a very regular basis, and you know, the wine industry has really come along, and many of the wineries up and down, well, all around, but there are 3 of them, you know, very great wineries with nice venues sometimes for music, are up and down Page Springs Road. The one I work for is Alcantara. It's down off, it's on 260, off 260, Thousand Trails Road, and it goes down to the confluence of the Verde River and Oak Creek. It is an extraordinarily gorgeous area, and they are putting out almost exclusively all their own wines now. They've been at it for, I think, 7 years.
Right.
And really making a reputation for themselves, and I've been so lucky to be playing there on usually Saturday afternoons, and that's been going so well, like from 1 to 5. That's been going so well that Barbara Predmore has asked me to kind of take on the job of booking all the acts, and she's doubling it now. So it's Saturday afternoons and Sunday afternoons, and that goes pretty much May through New Year's. You know, they take a few months off in the beginning of the year to kind of catch your breath, and then we get right back after it again. And there are people that are coming from, you know, all around the region and out of town, come back to see both the entertainers as well as to sample and buy that wine.
And I will emphasize before we hear Steve do one more song, we have some of the greatest venues, music venues, progressing daily, and we have some of the best musicians and the best opportunities to hear great music of any genre all over the Verde Valley. And this is just one of several, a very good one of several. Steve, can we hear another song?
Oh, thanks. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all the obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Gonna be bright, bright, sunshiny day. Think I can make it now the pain is gone. All of the bad, bad feelings have disappeared. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. Gonna be bright, bright, sunshiny day.